Oh, and we're live. What's up, members? I think we're live. It says we've had 4 waiting.
Says we're live.
It says we're live, 4 waiting. Usually says in the top corner, but it's not today. But yeah, welcome everyone. If you're new here, or just get the notification. If you're new here, please come and say hello in the chat. Or if you've been here before, say hello in the chat as well. And his sidekicks. Oh, every week. You
What?
cannot do that. I do that and point away from you like, oh, not there. Hello, big heads. And please say hello, Stu.
Hello.
And have you got any apologies for us this week?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we've had more contact this week. I'd like to apologise to Sting, first of all, for insinuating that he was dressing up in disguise and acting as if he were Nick Kershaw for perverted reasons. I accept that that's not true and that he's not a pervert.
Well, tantric sex.
Tantric sex pervert.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, he's a self-proclaimed pervert.
Yeah.
But I'm not allowed to call him that.
Yeah.
He's a sex pest, but I can't say that. Sting is a sex pest. I can't say that.
Yeah, that is watertight legally, that's true. You cannot be sued because of that.
Yeah, we've got out of that. He says it. He says he's a sex pest pervert. I didn't.
Hello to big heads in the chat. Right, so we're still on now 2. We're still on record 1. As we never got very far through the other ones. So, what did we learn last time?
That Sting's a...
Well, that is one of the things there. Nick Kershaw is possibly singing a sex pest. The Thompson twins aren't really twins.
Mm-hmm. Did you manage to find any more famous twins at all during the week that claim to be twins but aren't?
No. I know some famous twins, like Melanie and Martina.
Who are they?
The Funhouse twins.
Oh, okay.
Come on, it's one of the reasons why I watch Funhouse. That and Pat Sharp's mullet.
What about the twins from Sweet Valley High? Because I don't believe they were twins. They didn't even look like each other.
I think there were twins, weren't there? Were the Appleton sisters twins?
No, I think that's why they're called the Appleton sisters. Otherwise, we'd know them as the Appleton twins.
All right, then. No, but I never found out the twins. What I did realise, though, is like the first album, record 2, tape 2 or whatever, is just as bad.
What?
I don't think this is... Now that's what I call music. The very first one, the second record or tape or whatever, was much worse than the first tape, and I think it's the same on here. When I've looked through. Also, Radio Gaga, most people's memories of that is Live Aid, and also we discovered what is a man? A tank. Still the best joke ever.
It's not that, is it?
It is. That is a killer joke. What is a man? A tank. So, shall we move on to our very first song of this?
Yeah, why not?
The first song we're going to, still off record 1 then, is Matthew Wilder, Break My Stride. So,
what do you like about that song?
Well, I know more from now than back then because I'm positive it charted just recently because of TikTok. It became quite popular because of TikTok. And my oldest daughter, who's only 9, she knows the song. When I was like listening to these songs back, she would come in dancing and was doing like a dance to it and everything. I goes, "What are you doing?" She went, "It's off TikTok." And then I was like, all right. And then I'm positive it charted because of this. Because people were downloading the song because of like the little snippets are on TikTok.
Was there like a set dancer?
I don't know it before you ask us to try and do it.
Do it.
But I'm positive this has been off an advert as well. I'm positive it was on an advert for something or other. I'm not sure what it was, though. Do
Yeah.
you any recollection or not?
Nah, I can't remember what it's from.
But what I want to do though is share my screen, because I want to show you something. I think that Matthew Wilder was the inspiration behind Super Mario Brothers.
It's a strong shout.
All he needs is a hat with a big M on for Matthew.
Like a cross between Super Mario and Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I seen that and I was like, well, I've seen a music video with him in, which isn't really a music video because I don't think there's a music video for this. There's one where he's performing in, I don't know if it's America or Germany. It's some big set where he's playing along. He's got back and dance, and I seen him on that, and I was like, bloody hell, that's Super Mario. But
do you
also,
think it looks more like Super Mario gone to a fancy dress party as Freddy Krueger, or Freddy Krueger gone to a fancy dress party as Mario?
I think it's more Freddy Krueger gone dressed as Mario.
Psycho plumber.
But yeah, that's the thing. What really, when I seen that, I was like, oh my god! And on that video where he's doing the concert thing, at the end where he's doing it, there's a dancer who's basically wearing a thong bikini. At the end, she's like bent over, and the camera just focuses on her for no other reason apart from the director up in the television booth or whatever's going, just keep on that shot a bit longer. Oh, that's okay, right? Go to the presenter. And it just seemed to just hold on just a bit too long, So
what do you call somebody if they don't play an instrument but they play like you used to have synthesizers?
Mm-hmm.
What do you call someone nowadays? Because that would be like a kind of a producer, I suppose, or a mixer or something, wouldn't it?
It's like a producer, isn't it?
Yeah, because back then, like for Matthew Wilder, they had because it was a full band going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because Matthew Wilder was like the lead singer and then did backing vocals. Then he had other guys who played guitar, drums, and whatnot. And then you had a guy called Billy Elliot who played the Prophet 5. It's listed. Prophet 5 is a synthesizer.
A Prophet 5?
Yeah, but how could you be like listed as one of the musicians if you just played the synthesizer?
I don't know. See, synthesizers, right? Are they just keyboards?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Because when you see a synthesizer, all I think of is Masters of the Universe, the film.
Yeah.
Because of that thing where it's got nothing related to the cartoon either, where they just get that big thing and it just presses all the different musical notes on it, and it's like.
It looks like a piano, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like a. Well, I tell you what it does look like. It looks a lot like like an Amazon Alexa. If anyone's got an Alexa, they'll be going live. I say Alexa, but an Amazon Alexa, it looks like not the dot ones, like a longer one, just with notes on the side.
Yeah. So, it's weirdly, I was watching Top of the Pops last night on like one of the the back channels. I don't know which,
BBC
like
4, I think, isn't it?
Aye, and it was like Top of the Pops 1990.
Yeah.
And people were playing like what looks like a synthesizer, but like a cross between a guitar and a synthesizer. So it's like a guitar keyboard, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that looks like it was the step from synthesizer to like an actual band member doing something on stage with it.
Well, that's the thing. Because who's the guy who used to play all the you can't see me hands at the side, but they're playing piano and everything. But used to play like 2 or 3 at the time. Because there was Jean-Michel Jarre, but there was also someone who used to always be on like, what Generation Game or some like 80s, 90s Bill someone.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone in the chat is there, because I know there's only 4 watching. So if any of you 4 know Bill, was it Bill? No, it wasn't. Rick Wakeman, that's who I'm thinking of. I don't know what band he was out of though.
No idea.
But he used to like have loads of like piano. And I'm just thinking, do you really need like 4 or 5 pianos? Couldn't you just do 2 at the most if you need 2 different notes?
And a computer could do all that for you, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. You never see that now because everyone just does it on a PC or whatever. So
I think the song was off the Santander bank advert.
All right. I'm thinking further back, and that's Santander.
Yeah.
Mm. No.
Not a classic hit though.
No. It does remind you of different stuff. That's the thing, though. It does. The next one I've got down here is Julia and Company and Breaking Down Sugar Samba in brackets. And before this, I hadn't heard of it.
No.
Before I'd listened to it, but I do quite like it. I think it is a good tune. Apart from when it first opens up, it's got like do you know when you've got a keyboard or you had a keyboard when you were younger and you used to press demo and then pretend you were playing it? It just
Yeah.
that's what it sounds like. The opening couple of bars just sounds like that's what it is. So
Yeah. Not one that I knew. One of those ones that they've obviously put on there, hoping that
Yeah.
it'll become a hit. But it never really was.
It's an album filler. There's a few. This is the thing. When you get further on track 2, there's some big bands or big named bands, but I don't think they're as big as what. Like, I don't think the tracks were as big a success as what
No.
we thought they were going to be. You know,
But maybe those bands just want them on their albums. There must be some kind of like argument going on between the record label and the bands over what they put on now and then what they put on their own album.
Well, that's the thing. They'll probably say, "Oh, we're possibly going to release this," then probably didn't even release it. You know, because we'll see that. But again, this one is just. I'll just say it's just like a filler. So nothing really rings a bell with me. And then next is the one which everyone's going to know. Everyone's going to think the same thing when they hear the next song. Oh, well, when we see the next song, and it's Arvida's. Well, it isn't Arvida's Impet. I've just given you away what everyone thinks. It's Living Alright by Joe Fagan.
Yeah.
Now,
as soon as it came on, I was trying to figure out what it was, and then Jen turned around and said, "Oh, it's Alfreda's Impet."
Yeah. And as well, the guy on the track, Joe Fagan, when he sings, he basically just says, "How lads, working away is mint. Send a bit of money home to the wife. The rest of it you spend on booze and you just cheat on your missus all the time." And it's just like, if you listen to the lyrics, because it's like you kiss, like it's like sending money back home to your wife and you kiss the dames and you don't ask their names. That's living all right. So just send a bit of money home to the missus, keep her nice and sweet, but then cheat on her tonight. And it's just
and then sing about it so they know about it anyway.
The best line, I think, is then a night on the town when you're spreading it around. Now
spreading what?
Yeah, is it chlamydia? Gonorrhea? Crabs? What are you spreading around, Joe? And the thing is, I think a night in the town and you're spreading around, taking a dose back home to your wife.
You know? That's not the words.
That's not the lyrics. I think that's what should be the lyrics. The way Joe Fagan's like, "Oh, just kiss a load of lasses. Didn't bother asking the names. You're away. You weren't. It's like being on holiday, lads, and you can spread it around. Just watch that you go and take home your wife."
Is Jimmy Nail still alive?
Yes, Jimmy Nail is alive, and I'm glad you've mentioned him because Arvida's Impet is one reason to play this, and it is the best chase scene ever. I'm going to share the screen again. Is this
an inconsistent distance chase scene?
Yeah. Let's have a look. Can you see my screen? Yeah. Atletico Mins. Here we go. Oh.
Enlarge.
Oh, enlarge. Oh, 2 seconds. I'll just rub it. There you go.
Yeah, Mark, so close. He's going to catch him. He's running out of steam. He's got to catch him. No,
it's the slowest chase scene ever. And then all of a sudden it's fast when there's cars crashing into each other.
Have you ever seen them filming like a car chase as well? So no. Especially like when somebody's inside a car in a car chase and they're actually driving at about 2 miles an hour. I can't help it. Whenever I see a car chase on TV, I always watch out the window of the car to see how slow everything's going past in the background.
I'm just trying to see what train station this is.
The Metro.
Well, I know it's the Metro.
Oh, you can't zoom in, can you?
No, I can't. But it's brilliant.
He's
getting away. He's getting away with it.
Getting away.
Oh, has he?
Maybe he's going to chase the train. Oh, I think that told you what station it was at.
Yeah, I think it's St James's actually.
Oh
But
man,
he
I cannot
stops.
catch him.
He stops.
He's
Like
getting nowhere.
then he chases the
Is he
train.
chasing him down the actual
Yeah.
train track?
It's the most ridiculous chase scene. In the speed that a train goes. I love the woman there. Like, what's he doing?
Only a Geordie would chase a train down a train track in the metro.
Yeah, and look at. I think it's the next shot. You just see it. It's pulling away, and that's not how fast a train. Them metros go really fast.
Maybe not between like St James's and Monument or something, because it's only
Yeah.
like, oh, it's Monument.
But,
see, he's only gone one stop.
He's caught him.
He hasn't caught him yet. There's still time.
Yards.
Run a little bit. No, he's got him. Oh, you caught us.
It's the most ridiculous chase scene ever. It's so bad, it's good.
There's one on Family Guy. I was watching it. There was an episode on the other day, and they do like an inconsistent chase through London. They're like, it's Stewie and Brian, and they're chasing somebody through London, and it keeps going like different distances. It's not even as bad as that one there on Off We Just So is he still doing like? Is he still touring? Right? Because you never see him on TV.
No, I don't know what
he was like proper famous in the 90s, wasn't
he? Yeah, because that one's not off Arvidi's input. That's off not Crocodile Spender. That's off Spender.
Oh, right,
Spender. And then I think he used to tour with his band because he always wanted to be a singer. I think he used to be in bands or whatever.
Crocodile Shoes.
And then when he done Crocodile Shoes, he released some more songs.
Crocodile Shoes wasn't from his program. Was that just one of his big songs type thing?
No, it was from the program. Crocodile. I don't know if it was called Crocodile Shoes. Was it?
It can't have been called Crocodile Shoes.
Well, there's some more people in the chat. They might know because I know there's Rich is in Night's Life. Hello, Lee's in. Hello, Lee might know because Lee's an expert on old TV. And Laughter's in. Hello, no, it wasn't Tony Adams. It did look like Tony Adams.
He does look like Tony Adams.
Tony Adams would have been running down there
and probably just as drunk.
Yeah.
In the 90s, allegedly.
Yeah. But yeah, what was I going to say? Jimmy Nail's supposed to be a bit of a big time Charlie and a bit.
What's his name? Was it Timothy Spaulding who was in it?
That's the Brummie one.
He was the Brummie one.
Yeah.
What was her name again? The Natalia. Natalia.
Yeah.
He's done well for himself, though, hasn't he? He's probably the most successful out of all of them.
Yeah, because didn't he play Churchill in something?
Yeah, he was Winston Churchill.
But I can't remember what in.
Oh, and the guy who was in Lewis, he was Churchill in The Crown, wasn't he?
No, the guy who plays Churchill in The Crown's him from Third Rock and.
That's right, and Dexter.
Yeah,
who was he then? He was Churchill. It wasn't just the film Churchill.
No, because that was Moe's older brother or younger brother, or whatever they're called.
No.
So
Joe Fagan.
Joe Fagan, living all right. So let's move on to the final song then from tape one. I want to call it track one, tape one or record one, and it's Snowy White and Bird of Paradise.
Yeah.
Another track, another like album filler. And I think you used to find this later down in like even now albums in the 90s when we'll probably know most of the songs on there. There's the odd one where you just go, what the hell's that?
Well, he was the guitarist from Thin Lizzy.
All right.
So like, and I think this was like, I don't know if it was his first solo album. I think it is his first debut single, like solo. So they've probably put it on there because he's got form from being from Thin Lizzy. So do you reckon they might try and get people from like different genres to come listen to their music? Do you know what I mean? Like they might think, oh, we'll get like people because if they know he's on there, then they might buy now. But they were suckered into it because then they got to listen to UB40.
That's the thing that might be. Well, actually, Stu, I don't think UB40 features on this, so you'll be happy. And that's probably why Sharon hasn't been back in, apart from you've insulted her every time she's on. There's a few more people. Rich has just said Timothy Spall is in Harry Potter.
Harry Potter? Was he in Harry Potter? I haven't seen all the Harry Potters.
I'm not really a Harry Potter fan. I've never read the books, and I've never really been interested in the films. So,
because you can't read.
And some more people come in. Mark's come in. Hello. Taksha Tom's come in. Apparently, Neil did 4 months for football hooliganism in his 20s. It's strange ways.
That's right. No, he has been in prison, hasn't he?
I didn't know
Jimmy
that.
Nail. Yeah.
He does look like he's got a fighter's face, though.
Yeah, his nose has definitely been bashed a couple of times.
He's got one of them. Ooh. But yeah. So you were saying about Snowy White.
Yeah.
Like how they bring these on, and I think it does reflect it in like the second album, because the second record, because you have like all the stars like Paul McCartney, you have like Slade, and then the Rolling Stones, who sort of appeal to an older audience. So I think that's what they try and do, is just like a scattergun approach, put like something of every genre on there, and try and get as many people to buy it, don't they? So, but I've put like, this is an album filler, and the video for it's a bit weird. It goes a bit like Britain's Got Talent, because at first you see him playing on stage, and then all of a sudden there's a magician on stage with a lass who is she the bird of paradise? Because she looks like she's from like the Far East. So
maybe you're not meant to know. Do you know what I mean? It's all just the mystery of it.
But then the magician does some magic, and then there's a dove. So is that the bird of paradise? So you're just like, but it is one of them ones where it doesn't really tell. It tries to tell a story, but it's in the first couple of like the 80s. Tries to tell stories, doesn't really tell stories. If you know what I mean.
It's shit, is what it is, Neil.
I'm trying to be nice. But he would have definitely, to be honest, if he was on Britain's Got Talent, he would have definitely gotten an X from me, because I don't think it's not really that good of a. It's just a middle of the road song.
Yeah.
So, which, like you say, his record company was probably trying to push. But then we move on to disc 2 now. It starts off good. I'll say that. It starts off really good with a lovely family song. Well, it's a song about family life and about people wanting you to do stuff like, you need to come here, you need to come there, and it's like, no, you just need to relax. Don't go there. Don't just relax. Take it easy. Just relax. When they want you to come, just relax. Don't go there. Just sit back, relax.
Are you sure that's what it's about?
Yeah. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. The video doesn't sort of match up to it, but the song "Relax" by Frankie Goes to Hollywood, I'm sure it's about like family living, about like being like a stressed out parent, like, oh, they want you to come to this meeting, they want you to come to there. And it's not. It's about relaxing. Just relax. Don't do it when they want you to come. You don't have to go to every social event for your kid or whatever. Just relax.
Do you know what I'm always confused at when I see like a band like Frankie Goes to Hollywood, is the fact that they were an actual band. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't normally think of like them having like drums, guitar, and everything like that on them. It's weird.
Oh yeah, when you see the actual band, I was like, why? But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, you presume everything's done on like we were saying before, a synthesizer or something like that. And nowadays, nothing would have been played in that band. It would all be done on computer, wouldn't it?
Yeah. They seem like the type of music it was. It wouldn't have been like.
You'd maybe expect a bass player or something like that on it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. But obviously, I was joking. It was a band because was it Mike Reed who got a band on Radio 1?
Yeah.
For
you big kid, Neil. Were you just joking now?
Yes, I was only joking. Of course, it's about spunking.
There's knee porn.
There's knee porn. No, but what always reminds us when you hear this song is that there's a Smashy and Nicey like parody of it where they're talking about Paul McCartney when he's singing, I don't know if it's in Wings, no, the frog song.
Yeah.
And Paul McCartney singing the frog song. And they're like,
the bomb.
Yeah, and they went, We don't want none of that language on here, talking about bums all the time. So we refuse to that. Yeah, Lee's just said banned by the BBC, wasn't it? I think they played it in Germany instead.
That'll be right.
Yeah, so
Which side of Germany?
it would have been East. Would have been East. Don't think the West would have let them in with the things. But the video is very, very homoerotic. With it's just a lot of men clad in leather. It reminds me of the Blue Oyster Bar from Police Academy.
Yeah.
No.
I wonder where the name comes from. Obviously, I understand that he was Holly Johnson, but like, why Frankie Goes to Hollywood?
I don't know.
You should find out now.
I don't know. And who's Frankie?
Yeah, I actually like the other songs are good as well. So they're one of these bands that had a few like really good songs. So Two Tribes was a good song. Yeah. And The Power of Love was good as well.
Power of Love, but Power of Love's sort of like a Christmas track now, and I don't know if it's one of them Christmas songs which isn't really a Christmas song, but is a Christmas song, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
German Top of the Pops, Music Leden. You wouldn't think, but I took GCSE German.
I don't remember Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. I know the title, but I can't picture the song. It
sounds like a porn version of Mad Max 3.
It does.
Welcome to the Pleasure Dome.
Well, that links in nicely with Tina Turner then, from the last disc.
From the last one, yes.
Can you imagine if there was like a kind of a narrative that ran through all of the discs or something like that, that the guy who puts together the songs had like a bit of a narrative going through them all?
Well, he has. He's put UB40 on there because you hate them, but also because Sting is really Nick Kershaw.
Yeah. It's true.
But and then the next song, so song 2 on it, is Eurythmics. Here Comes the Rain Again. Now, this is probably an appropriate song for this time of year. So, but March, April showers, was it released because of that? You know what I mean? You don't know, but it is quite a good song, but not the best, because I think the Eurythmics' best song is Sweet Dreams.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that nails it. And I don't know if that was before this. I think that's what might have made them big, and this is afterwards. But the opening shot of the video, when you see it, it's like it seems to be filmed from a helicopter or whatever, and it zooms into like a coastline, and it looks like Marsden Beach, like with Marsden Rock and everything. And I'm just wondering if it is because Dave Stewart is originally from Sunderland. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, Dave Stewart's from Sunderland. So I don't know if it was filmed there or what, but yeah. But Dave Stewart in this, though, he is, well, actually, he fits in with a lot of 80s music videos we've seen or we've watched so far, because he plays like a creepy stalker bloke where he's always like looking through windows at Annie Lennox with a video camera in his hand.
There's a theme running through these songs.
Yeah. Well, most 80s videos are either weird or creepy perverts.
The way the French runs, creepy perverse.
Yeah, but it's not like it's even a little thing where they're filming. It's like a massive. It was a massive like video camera as well. But yeah, he seems to stalk it and comes across as the creepy pervert in this. Yes.
Was it? Sorry, I'm asking somebody else in the room with me. Was it Eurythmics we went to see the Docks in Newcastle? Pet Shop Boys. We went to see Pet Shop Boys, right? I know it's nothing to do with Eurythmics now, but I thought it was. We went to see the Pet Shop Boys at Newcastle Docks at Wallsend. They were playing this outdoor concert thing with, I think it was like the London Harmonic Orchestra, whatever you call them. It was outdoors with a big stage on, and they were showing this film like on a huge, 50-foot screen. It was Battleship Potemkin, so it was some like Russian movie. and so it had subtitles on. But what they would do, like this is an old like 1940s movie or 1930s movie or something, and what they were doing was they were like playing a different soundtrack over the top of it with Pet Shop Boys mixed with like a classic orchestra. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And in front of us was this family, this family, and it was like a mum, a dad, and then two kids, and they were like, and the kids were like kind of like. One was probably about 14, the other one was like 16. Then a mum and dad, like, I mean, it was Wall's End, so they're probably about 30. Do you know what I mean? And they were all off their tits on yeah, like the four, like they were popping stuff in front of everybody, and then like properly going for it, like dancing around to a mix up of classical music and Pet Shop Boys to a 1930s movie. It was like honestly the most weird thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, it was meant to be like an art film. But they just thought it was the Pet Shop Boys got like coming back to their roots of the 80s. So they got pilled up. And it was mental. It was really funny though.
But Lee's just posted there, Wild Boys video is weird, Duran Duran, I think. Yeah, Duran Duran is Wild Boys. They do feature later on this album as well. But there's if you have a look back at some of the other old what you call it, streams we've done, we mentioned some. What was that one where they basically abducted a model, and the bloke driving the car was like carrying a pig? Who was that again?
Oh, not Kachagugu.
Yeah, possibly Kachagugu. There's some weird videos, and also that woman turn around bright eyes. That is just the weirdest video. Like man with like headlights for eyes and stuff like that. So it's weird.
Very
but
good.
Yeah.
And then we're back to the next track up is the guy from the Halifax advert again.
Howard from the Halifax.
Yeah. Howard Jones.
Howard Jones. What is love? And I've put again, yet another weird video, which isn't unlike anything from the 80s.
How's this song going now?
What is love anyway? And that's all. I don't know the rest. But I've put on this bloke seems to be mind controlling everyone in this video, Howard Jones. At first, again, he seems to be stalking this woman, a theme which runs through a lot of 80s videos, stalking. And he seems to mind control it because he's getting on a rip up. I don't know if it's love letters or whatever, but maybe just an electricity bill. I don't know. But he's ripping up something. And then a little later on, he's mind controlling a little kid who's walking along with a red balloon. And he goes like that with his hand, and the little kid lets a balloon go. Then he mind controls another woman who's riding along the street on a bike to jump off, walk up to this random bloke who's got his arm around his girlfriend, pull her back and slap him. And then finally, he gets a man who's meeting this woman, who's getting to rip up the envelopes to like brush everything off the table, like smash all the glasses. And it's just like, Howard Jones, you're a bit of a psycho, mate. Just chill out.
Yeah. A lot of cocaine.
Yeah. I wonder if that's what a lot of these record producers. We used to see it in like wrestling, where like a lot of people were like cocained off their tits, like Ultimate Warrior. And I think there was a lot of this around this time, especially with like musicians or whatnot.
How did you get onto Ultimate Warrior then?
Just because when I think of people smacking off the tits on cocaine, Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan doing interviews in the late 80s. Don't know what I mean, brother. And it's just like, yeah, you've just taken a line before. That's what I always think of when you think of like people in the 80s taking cocaine. It's them two and Scarface.
Fair enough.
So it's just one of me random things I go. But yeah. So have you got anything else to add about Howard Jones?
Other than he's been famous for the Halifax adverts.
It's not the same.
Not a lot. I quite like that song, but I was quite disappointed when I thought it was that song. What is love, baby? Don't hurt me, don't hurt me.
Oh, that's like 92 or something.
That's how it confused me.
Yeah, you've got to
again to make it clear to everyone. I know nothing about music. I just recognise songs.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest. I'm not a musician. If anyone's come on here to think, oh, they'll decode the song and learn how they've gone from A minors to B sharp and in so many moves. No, no. We'll probably say, oh, it sounds a bit like this, but have you seen his haircut? What a fucking clip. And that's the extent of our musical knowledge.
Yeah. How likely was he to be a serial killer?
Yeah,
More likely to be.
Yeah. How weird was the video? Was it filmed in the 80s? Yes. Very weird. The next song is What Difference Does It Make by the Smiths?
I bet they were arsey. There's no way they'd give away their good songs to like a Now album.
Oh, do you know what? I'm not a fan of the Smiths, and I cannot stand Morrissey.
Morrissey now or Morrissey then?
Oh, you see him, and he's like, every day is like Monday, and he dances like this. Do you know what he reminds me of? If you sped him up when he's doing all this dancing like this. Do you know them things you have out at car showrooms where they blow like wind through and they're going like that? You're like, whoa! Morrissey is just a slowed down version of one of them when he dances. Every day is like Monday.
Hasn't he gone like even more mental though? Because he used to be like a liberal person, didn't he? And now he's like right wing or something.
Yeah, I think he's gone a bit right wing, but I don't know.
Little bit racist.
Yeah, and what's up with all them flowers as well? Do you know when he's got them flowers? Have you seen them?
Like a half a branch.
Yeah, it's just like big long flowers, and it's like, oh, it's what I do. Oh, fuck off, Morrissey. I cannot stand them. I don't know what it is.
Your impression is uncanny.
Yes, but he has got like the floppy hair. Oh yes, it's. I really can't stand the bloke. I don't know what it is. Never have done. I don't know.
At least he's one of those ones though that you can sing along a song and feel like you're sounding just as good as he is. Because he doesn't seem to be a great singer.
No. In their songs, don't seem to follow. They've got like a rhythm in the background, but his singing doesn't really like follow. I don't know. I just really, it's student music. Have
you heard? Is it Horrible Histories, where they did a version of? That's the best one.
But Horrible Histories is brilliant at taking the piss out of people, and
they covered. Was it? It's a country boy. What's the song?
Charmless Man.
Charmless Man, but they like merged two different songs that he did.
I don't really know his songs. I try and avoid them.
And they told the story of Dick Turpin to his songs. It was really funny.
But yeah, so that to me is a nothing song because I'm not really a fan of Morrissey.
But do you like any of the songs? Like, do you like any of the Smiths songs?
I don't
think I like Morrissey songs, but I like the Smiths.
I don't really know any Smith songs.
Weirdly, they're one of those bands where, like, you hear musicians nowadays, and they're always talking about like if they could hear one band get back together again. A lot of musicians will say, like, you know, even like Britpop musicians from the 90s, they'll all talk about the Smiths and say they wish they got back together again.
I couldn't really name a Smiths. Hi, Treasure Woman. Welcome along. I think it's your first time to one of our live streams. At the moment, we're discussing how bad Morrissey is in the Smiths. Hopefully we'll move on quite soon. Yeah, but wasn't Morrissey actually at that supposedly brilliant gig? What everyone was at? There was like, was it the Sex Pistols gig? There was like Morrissey, him from Joy Division, who was, he ended up dying.
Well, that doesn't narrow it that much.
I don't know. And Mick Hucknall supposedly was there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm positive Morrissey was supposed to be at that gig. It was supposed to be at was it something like the Corn Exchange in Manchester? It was supposed to be a really small gig, and it's one of them gigs where it's supposed to be a legendary gig. There was supposed to be only about 30 people there, but then over 100 people say they were there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that. So, but did you know the Stone Roses, before they were famous, played a gig in Sunderland to about 5 people?
Really?
Yeah. Before it was, I'm trying to think where it is. Do you know where the flats are? This means nothing to anyone who's not from Sunderland, but the flats at Dame Dorothy.
The tall ones.
Yeah, the tall flats.
Well, sometimes flats don't always have to be tall. You numbnut. They could just be a
Oh,
2-floor thing.
Right, no, the tall flats at Dame Dorothy when you're coming up from the beach to like the Weymouth Bridge. We've got the
Yeah.
tall flat. There was a bar in there which used to get a lot of indie bands in, and the Stone Roses on like a small tour before they were like anywhere near famous. Come and done a gig there to about 20 or 30, like a handful of people. And
Well, they had to back then, though, didn't they? Bands had to come.
Well, that's the thing because Oasis. Do you know Oasis is named after like a leisure centre?
Mm-hmm.
Oasis Leisure Centre or whatever it was, and it was because they seen it on a
Are
poster.
they though, or is that just it? Just so happens there's a leisure centre called Oasis.
No. They said it because it's was it in Spiral Carpets or some band who had a poster out and it was like different leisure facilities, and I'm positive it's in Spiral Carpets. But the next leg of the gig, they were playing Temple Park Leisure Centre at South Shields.
So they could have been called Temple Park.
They could have been called Temple Park.
It sounds like a lie, Neil.
No, seriously, that's true. If you go back, I'm positive Liam named them. I don't know if Noel was like a roadie for Spiral Carpets, actually.
He was, yeah. He was a band technician, wasn't he? For
Yeah. So I'm positive that's where they got the name from. Like, I took it off that band poster. But yeah. But moving back to the 80s now, and we go to Fiction Factory with Feels Like Heaven, and I Can Hit the Notes. Feels like heaven. And it does. It's one of them songs which I think's from a movie, like not a John Candy movie. Oh, it's like Breakfast Club and if anyone knows who was like the director or producer of these movies, it's like Breakfast Club, Sweet 16. Oh, it was all like the teen movies. The Brat
yeah,
Pack.
I don't remember what it's off. Dario G covered it in 2003, though.
Did they?
Yeah. And it got to, I think it was like, it was in the like top 40 or something in the charts.
We're seeing that comment I've just put on the screen to you. That was pretty good, man. Thank you. I'm here every week, 9:30. If you want to hear these vocal pipes ruining songs. Yeah, but John, Ellie, you should know. Oh no, it was Christopher Columbus who done Home Alone, I think. Can't think who it is. But it's gone out of my head. But it sounds like a track which should be off like what you call it? Like a teen movie from the 19. John Hughes. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, John Hughes. Yes, that's it. John Hughes was the director of like, I don't know if he's Sweet 16, but he's definitely The Breakfast Club, and he'd done a lot of movies like that where it was like aimed at teenagers, like back in the late 80s. Ask Jen. Jen will know. Jen will know Breakfast Club and Sweet 16 and all them movies.
Yeah.
But yes, so it was John Hughes. But apart from that, it's a song which I haven't got like really big memories of.
Nah.
But it does get played odd times on the radio. Obviously, anyone who's listening in the chat, if you've got any memories of this song which really stand out, let us know in the chat. But have you got any memories of this song then? Or
Nah, I couldn't even remember it. I kind of recognize it when you're singing it, but I don't remember it from anything.
That's because I'm a brilliant singer. I shouldn't really be doing that, just because.
I remember the Dario G version of it. I don't remember
I can't remember the Dario G version. I'm gonna have to listen to it after this. Obviously, we don't play tracks on this because we don't want to get copyright struck. Sorry, we're gonna say something else.
No.
All right. Okie dokie, moving on. Thomas Dolby, Hyperactive. Now, this is another video which is slightly weird, but in a good way because it's quite like what's his Bob Dylan? Do you know when he does the one with the sign where he's just peeling all the things off like that?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, but with the guy's expressions on his face. Have you
Okay,
seen
what, like he's got like a mask on, or
it's not a mask. He's got like a cube for a head, and every time he rips one off, it's like a different expression on his face, and it goes on like how he's hyperactive when he was younger, and it's got him like from a young age and different ones. But then if video screen, and there's a lot of. It seems. Do you know when we were talking the other week about like how a lot of these videos like went? Oh, I tell you what, we're gonna put in here. That special effects. How can we do it? I don't know. Let's just put it in. And they've seemed to have done it on here with this, where they've got a lot of different special effects, but I think it works quite well on this music video with Thomas Dolby Hyperactive. Actually, for anyone who hasn't been here before or whatever, because we have got a few new names in the chat, I do have a playlist down below. If you go to the song, so the song we're on at the moment is Thomas Dolby, right click and play it, and it might retrace some memories for you or whatever. But the guy who sings it reminds us of Derek Griffiths, who was off Play School. Now, that might not ring a bell, but if you search...
what, like, was it Humpty Dumpty, Jemima?
Yeah. He was like a black guy or mixed race.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds exactly like him, the guy who's singing this. And at first I thought, oh, is it him or whatever? But obviously not, because this guy's white. But yeah, before I've heard this, I've got no real recollections.
Nah.
Thanks for joining us, Lee. Good night. Have a good night, Lee.
Thomas Dolby, though, he... I was going to say he's responsible for surround sound, but he's not. Genuinely, like he was a teacher before he started doing music. But then the money that he made, he did like different sessions, and he used to do production work for different artists. But then he went out to Silicon Valley, and his company were the people who were responsible for creating the Nokia tune.
Really?
Yeah, but that was his company, so he made an absolute fortune off that. Yeah.
Hello, that one.
Yeah. So that's his. That was his company. Yeah.
Really? That's quite a cool fact, that actually.
See, and you were going to laugh at me thinking it was a lie. But...
Yeah. I will fact check it though.
He's one of those people who I think quietly makes an absolute fortune somewhere, but he still like does music and stuff. But
yeah, but obviously just in the background somewhere. I tell you who is quite rich. Do you know Bros when they first come out and you had Matt and Luke?
Yeah.
And then there was the other one. Well, the other one
wasn't he a brother as well, or
no? He was just Matt, Luke, and I can't even remember his name. But he, I'm positive he's like a famous record producer. I don't know if he was married to Danny Minogue or got a kid, or might have just dated Danny Minogue. But he's a multi-millionaire now. He's like quite high up in one of the record companies.
It's probably better for him not being under pressure, if you know what I mean. He probably made more money. Didn't have all the attention, so could just get on with his life and not having to go out spending it trying to keep up appearances.
And as well, he didn't have to come back and do a terrible documentary about 20 years later.
Did you watch that? I really liked it. It was mental, but I quite liked it.
It is quite. I don't know. I seen the first bit of it, but it felt very Partridge-esque.
Yeah, it's total Partridge, but you've got to watch the whole thing. It's really good. Like because it's Partridge all the way through. It's so good. It does feel like Steve Coogan wrote the film.
Yeah, it is quite weird. It is quite weird. But yes, let's move on to the next song, China Crisis and Wishful Thinking.
See, we're staying on brand for the times, aren't we? China Crisis. But yeah, it's as if they knew it was coming. See, all these like conspiracy theories about big companies, and now we know that's what I call music. Started off the China Crisis. China Crisis.
China. But I've just put again another nothing song.
Yeah, a nothing song from a band that didn't really do much either.
Yeah, another nothing song. I've said it sounds similar to Feels Like Heaven, but without, like, the verses sound the same, but Feels Like Heaven's got the memorable bit of the chorus in there.
Yeah.
This and hasn't. It just stays, and it's just a bit.
Do you know the album that this comes from?
No.
So the album is called Working with Fire and Steel, Possible Pop Songs, Volume 2. I know.
That is.
I don't even know if there's a Volume 1.
Yeah, that's just got Bargain Basement wrote all over it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no mention whether it's even whether there was a number 1 or not.
Yeah.
You had other singles by them. Some People I Know, To Lead Fantastic Lives. What the frig?
Let's go for short, snappy titles, lads. Let's go.
Yeah, they're a weird group. They look a bit odd on the pictures on the cover of their things as well. But they did get to number 1.
Really?
Yeah, in Sweden. Number 9 in this country, and then got to number 1 in Sweden.
With this song as well?
Yeah.
Right. See, this song, it's just obviously, if we were older at the time, so if we were, say, 10, 15 years older, we'll probably know these songs a bit better.
Yeah. Their Wikipedia page feels like it was written by them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got, it was their only number top 10 hit in this country. And the song is biggest and best known world hit and is included on numerous compilation albums. Like cheap ones, like the kinds you used to buy. What was that company that used to sell them on the TV? Now you can buy all 12 volumes of greatest hits from the 60s.
Yeah, was it Time Life?
Yeah, Time Life. So they're just trying to basically fill up shit.
Yeah.
And then they pick China Crisis.
Let's see what albums we can get it. Let's see what songs we can shoehorn into an album because we just want to try and make some music off them.
Yeah. Who don't we have to pay anymore?
Yeah. But as well, the music video just feels like it was inspired by Emmerdale Farm. Not Emmerdale now, where it's a bit exciting. Emmerdale Farm, where
not Emmerdale, Emmerdale Farm.
Yeah, Emmerdale Farm, the original brown. It's not even a grey soap. It was just a brown, muddy fields. Hey up, me sheep's gone.
Nothing funny about it. It didn't get funny until Eric Pollard came in.
And the plane crashed and killed everyone.
Yeah, the plane crashed, killed everyone, wiped out all the old cast, got the new ones.
Yeah.
You got Eric Pollard, who was funny.
Yeah, and not just that. Emmerdale's a small village, but every woman seems hot.
Yeah.
That's it's just like, can't live here. Why not? Because you're not fit enough. Go down the road to Hotton.
Jen went to school with the son of the vicar.
I did.
Yeah.
He told us off for having a big party.
He told Jen off for having a big party.
Ashley?
Yeah, Ashley the vicar, because he's from Newcastle. Jen went to school with his son.
I didn't realise. And the vicar told you off?
Because we let the puppy out and it's shit everywhere.
Yeah. Jen says she let the puppy out. She's probably drunk. They let the puppy out and it's shit everywhere. So,
party was it his son's house?
Yeah, was it at his son's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at the son's house.
I think everyone was smoking weed in the garden as well.
Allegedly, there were drugs involved.
Yeah, next week the son's going to have massive. Ashley the vicar from Emmerdale's son has massive drug binge party. Well done.
There was quite a mix of people at that school, wasn't there? So you had quite a mix of people at that school who are now like famous, didn't they? So Michael Carrick's wife went to that school, the same school, in the same year.
Yeah, that's true. Lisa Roughhead.
Not really that famous.
She was called Lisa Roughhead.
Roughhead.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Move on.
Yes, let's move on. Next song. This is going to cause a great debate. This song. It is David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Modern Love. Right. So there's only 8 people in the chat. Not many in the chat. If it is Bowie, put 1. And if it is Bowie, put 2.
Do we have to wait for the results, or do we just say now that the people who say Bowie are correct?
He said Bowie himself.
Yeah, he says Bowie, I think. I think at times he was trying to be all elusive, but then eventually he just went, "Oh no, it's Bowie."
Well, I think. Oh no, Bowie. Oh, hiya, Ashley. Ashley said 2 is Bowie. Bowie, yes, Mark. So 2 what Bowie it is. By the way, this is official, so this will change it for now because obviously he can't speak to himself anymore.
He's dead now. He doesn't care, does he?
Yeah. So that's the thing. Saying that, his wife, mate, who
Who's
is
that?
about. Is she called Iman or someone? She
Who?
is Iman. Have you not seen his wife?
No, I didn't even know he was married.
Oh yes, his wife. She's about 60, but looks about 30.
Hmm.
I will try and do a Google search while we're waiting for.
Google search for a 60-year-old woman who looks 30. You're
No,
going to get
no.
some weird search results there.
Right, 2020. I'll do one from now. 64. Open image, new tab. Right, let's share this. She is unbelievable for her age. There
Better
you
than
go.
your mum.
Let's not do that.
What?
But
what's she been on?
she
I'm
was
sure
a model. She was a model back in the day. But yeah, she's 64.
How old was he when he died?
Oh, I don't know. Unsure about that. But let's just quickly check. David Bowie. So yeah, it becomes Bowie because we've got there's not many people in here. We've won 2 votes to 1. So there you go, David Bowie. He was
Again, not one of it. He's obviously not willing to give up his good songs onto the album.
yeah. He was 69 when he died.
Okay.
But saying that, it is still a good song. Modern Love's still a good song. But
Yeah.
with David Bowie, you can go through his career, and there's like songs on here where you go, yeah, it does sound like that band. It is the sound of this band. It is the sound of that band. And a lot of the sounds don't change. Oasis being one of them where they always get critiques. Their sound all Oasis songs sounds pretty similar.
Well, they don't,
But David Bowie,
you're wrong.
It's people's opinions. But David Bowie, his music is it's just like gone through different, like you've got Ziggy Stardust and then he come in, and his music changed all the way through like his career.
And a lot of collaboration with people as well.
Yeah.
He was more of an artist, wasn't he, with sound stuff?
Yeah, he was really good.
What's your favourite song, David Bowie?
I would say Heroes.
Heroes. Mm-hmm.
Heroes is one of my favourites. And Heroes reminds me of the 2012 Olympics when they were coming out in the parade, and it was when the Great Britain team was just coming out, and that Heroes song played.
Yeah, it was a good matchup for that.
Yeah,
I always like the man who sold the world.
That's a Nirvana song.
It was by him first, you donut.
But he once got. I remember seeing an interview. He once got actually like. There's some fans come up and says, "Oh, that was a brilliant cover of that Nirvana song you've done tonight."
Really?
Yeah. So Coulter and like praised them for covering a Nirvana song.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Probably got about as much music knowledge as us.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But and there's a song which was out in the 90s. Was it the 90s? Yes, it would have been the 90s. Can't remember watching on MTV, and it was called "Little Wonder." And it's not a massive song by him, but I think it's a brilliant song. It's a really good. It's a bit weird, but it's really good. For anyone watching, if you haven't, after the stream, go and search "Little Wonder" by David Bowie. And it's really good song. I just really like that. It's not one of his main ones, so yes. So what was
Culture Club popping up next?
Yeah, for the 3rd time in 2 albums.
Yeah.
It's a miracle. It was a miracle how one of the songs got on the last album. That was a total filler. But this one, it's an okay song. It's a miracle. I don't know. It's Boy George is less flamboyant in the start of this video, though.
Yeah,
He,
probably because he's thinking this is my third song in 2 albums.
yeah, but he's less flamboyant, but looks more feminine. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of this, of the video, where it looks like Culture Club are playing a life-size version of Monopoly.
Right.
And it's really, they seem to be going around the board, but they're playing Monopoly. But I think they're sort of having digs at other bands as well, because at one point there's a cutscene where it goes to like the band walking around the pool and someone falling in the pool, a bit like Wham and Club Tropicana.
Yeah.
And then there's another point where Boy George is pouncing around with flowers as well.
Be the same directors.
Is it
If they're owned by the same record label, you might get the same directors working with them on the videos.
Oh, they just might have beef because you know what Morrissey's like. So.
Oh yeah. Old right wing Morrissey.
And George Michael and Boy George might have had I don't know. One of them might have not phoned the other one back after a night. You never know. Wouldn't have been known back then. But what are your thoughts on Culture Club then?
I like Culture Club. Like I said to you, I remember meeting Boy George in nightclub, and he was a funny old
move
fella.
on and just not let you finish that sentence.
Yeah, he was a funny old fella.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. He seemed like all right. I thought he was a good guy. I quite liked their music, but you wouldn't listen to an album by Culture Club, would you?
But it's like a lot of things you probably would have had to back in the day. Because of tips and like LP.
Why are you saying that? You also bought singles.
Yeah.
Wonder what their B-sides are like.
I'm trying to think. There was a song I heard mentioned the other day, and the original, what it become famous for was the B-side, what people were buying it for, and the original song's just like forgetting about. But I can't remember what song it is. So just absolutely pointless fact there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Thanks for furnishing us with that, Neil.
Yeah, no worries. So now we'll move on to the Aging Rockers of the Rolling Stones. We'll see Aging Rockers about this.
They were about 100 in the 80s, weren't they?
Yeah, I think they were mid to late 40s. But yeah, this is another one where it's just a filler. Like you were saying before, it's trying to get big names onto these albums.
Yeah. Whatever scrap they'll throw back at the record company.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. They basically put these on, and I'm not really a big Stone fan.
Do you know what? I'm not either. Like, but they're weird because they're one of those bands where like some of the songs are catchy, but I think you need to listen to like a greatest hits collection to like them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What's their greatest?
It's the greatest hits. I'm a Beatles fan rather than Stones, and I mean they're completely different. But like the Beatles, I can listen to whole albums of the Beatles.
Yeah. So
but with the Rolling Stones, not so much.
Answer the question. What's your favorite Beatles album?
I'm gonna have to say the best of.
Like I say, I've never heard this track before, but I've put down here. It sounds like a Stones. You can tell it's them singing it.
Yeah, they're weird, the songs, because they're like you'll hear songs and not realize it's them. Sometimes, but they sound so. Because you would expect all of their songs to be big songs, so then when you hear them in places, you just think, "Oh, then they sound a bit like the Stones, don't they?" Or you think it's from the same era. They've got thousands of songs.
Yeah,
they're like proper prolific, aren't they? With how many songs they bring out.
Well, how many years have been
and still doing it.
Yeah, and they have ridiculous sellout concerts as well. Still, and it's just like
wears skinny jeans.
Yeah. I don't think he can get out of them. That's the thing. He's been in them since the 1980s.
He'll be shielding that lot, won't they?
All he can get out is probably his penis to impregnate women. Because
allegedly.
Yeah. But yeah, I wonder what keeps them going. Drugs.
Yeah, a lot of them. Booze, drugs.
Yeah, and the old adage: if you're only as old as the woman you feel.
Yeah, they're literally pickled, aren't they? So like
Yeah,
with drugs and booze.
they
So
are preserved.
yeah, they're preserved. They can't die.
But the video is quite weird for this. They've tried to like make a thing up where Mick Jagger's kidnapped and then killed in the video. It's just like that's such a trying too hard video, I would say.
Maybe they were planning to retire.
Yeah.
It would have been about that age, retirement age at that point.
Yeah, well, I'm positive, like mid-50s or whatever. Saying that, Bill Wyman was still yet to marry. He's was it Bill Wyman? I think it was Bill Wyman who married Mandy Smith. Age 16, and he'd been dating her since 14-year-old.
Oh Jesus! Do you get loads of that with people? Elvis was the same, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Didn't he meet his last when she was like 13?
14 as well. Julie
Oh,
Lewis
Jesus.
married his cousin at 14 as well. John Peel, I think, married a 15-year-old when he lived in America in the Southern States.
John Peel, what, like Radio 1 John Peel?
John Peel, I'm positive, allegedly. I'm sure there's something. I'm positive he's even on record saying that. But yeah, Bill Wyman married Mandy Smith, and I don't know if it was while they were married or after they separated. Surprisingly, 40-odd-year-old Bill Wyman and 16-year-old Mandy Smith never stayed together.
Shock.
Yeah, but her mother did marry his son.
What? Do you think that was like revenge?
I don't know, but so basically, his daughter-in-law was his ex-mother-in-law.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
Fucking weird. It is so weird, unbelievable. But
Well, yeah. It's not even a stepdaughter, then, is it? That's weird.
yeah. Well, it is. So he married his stepdaughter. Yeah. No. He married his step-granddaughter. Oh, I can't.
No, you've lost it.
Yeah. Hiya, Aid. Right, Aid, you've just joined. Can you answer this? If Bill Wyman was married to Mandy Smith and his son married her mum, what relation is Mandy Smith, apart from wife, to Bill Wyman? Go. And while we wait for that answer, we'll move on to the next song, Big Country in Wonderland.
Big country from Scotland.
Do you know something? I know a load of people who like rave about Big Country and love their songs. I couldn't name one. This one I've never heard of, and it's just like I've never heard.
They're still touring now. I think they've got like one original member now, and the original member, his son is in the band now, but they still go out on tour.
All right,
and they sell out when they're out on tour as well.
So see, I think they're one of them bands which have got like a good following, but I've never ever heard of them. They've probably got a massive following in Scotland.
Yeah,
because it's like that. But
have you heard the music? So a lot of their songs sound a bit like bagpipes played on guitars.
All right.
Yeah, which sounds awful, but it's all right. It's good music. It's like kind of folk rock.
Right. We have put down on here. They sound a bit like a poor man's Duran Duran in this song.
Yeah.
And I don't really
you take that though, wouldn't you? If you were in a band, someone called you a poor man's Duran Duran, you'd be like, all right.
If I could marry Yasmin, if I was the lead singer, if I was a poor man's Simon Le Bon, I would happily marry a poor man's Yasmin Le Bon. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I've just seen Aid's answer. His son was married to Bill Wyman's mum. Yes. So yeah. No, his son was married to Bill Wyman's mum. No. His son was married to his wife's mum. Bill Wyman was
just odd, isn't it?
Mandy Smith.
How
was
could you be married to your?
And his son married his stepmom's mum.
Jesus Christ. That's complicated. Like sending out the Christmas cards, isn't it?
It would save on wedding guests, though, because you wouldn't have to invite like extended. Do you know, right? You've got like
they're all there at the
yeah.
at
It's
the
just
front.
like you could just do it around the Christmas table because they're there. You know what I mean? So yeah, but any other facts on or anything else about Wonderland by Big Country?
No, just I know Big Country. I know the band stuff. They followed like they went around with like Roger Daltrey and things like that. They like toured with them. I can't remember whether they did like Queen or something like that. They were like they supported like huge bands back in the day.
Yeah.
But then they had like there was a lot of drama because the lead singer from them he ended up killing himself. But like they weren't like a close knit band. They just did their work and then they went home again, and they weren't actually like that friendly outside. So no one kind of realised that he was having struggles and stuff. And now that they've had like about 20 members of the band as it's gone down through the years, but there's only like one original member left. I think there was two original members and everyone else kept changing over. And then the last one like retired like 5 years ago, and then one of the original guitarists is now the lead singer and still runs the band.
Right, that's mental.
They do quite a lot of dates. Like they go on like world tours. They're quite big in America.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I used to work with a woman who was a massive like Big Country fan. She used to love them. And there's another woman I used to work with. She was like, yeah, I've seen them when they've been on tour there were like support acts for, I don't know if there were support acts for Bowie, because I remember Sue, who I used to work with,
Bowie.
She was a massive David Bowie fan. She was a massive fan of David. That sounds like a massive fan of Dorothy, like she's gay or something.
Big Girls Don't Cry says so he married his step grandma.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, and it's just exactly the same. He would be stepdad to his stepmom. Yeah.
He's stepdad to his stepmom.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's just weird, isn't it?
It's not so much a family tree, but a bush. Everything's intermingled. Yeah, hi Lainey, by the way. Hope everything's okay with you. Welcome. You haven't missed much nonsense apart from trying to figure out family trees, which really fucked up. And now we move on to Slade.
It's Christmas.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone thinks of Slade, thinks of Noddy Holder saying it's Christmas, which you will see in December when we do our Christmas specials. Stay tuned. Well, don't stay tuned. You can go away and come back 9:30 every Monday. But this song is that I think they were like trying to modernize themselves. And there's one thing.
What did you just spit out there?
I've got a lozenge in my mouth, so I don't start coughing.
Right.
No, because I'm gonna do what Noddy Holder does at the beginning of this video. He seems to come on camera and go like this, go.
Yeah, he's an odd character, isn't he? With his big sideburns.
And then do all this in the camera, and it's just like he's going like, but without the hand gesture. So he's just going to the camera going. And then later on, he's just going like this, and right in front of the camera, even closer than that, like proper in front. I don't know if he was off his tits when he filmed this or what, but the band seem to be trying to modernize with this song because it's not glam rock.
No.
So, but it is really weird. But going back to all this, like simulating blowjobs or whatever, I'm positive it was Slade.
I don't think that's what he's doing.
Watch the video, and I could simply add a hand in, and it would look like he's going, "Oh, look at this."
You need to do that. You need to advertise, like you need to do like a edited video of him doing it.
I think I might get struck off by something.
Nah, it'll be fine.
A legal action? No, I'll be alright.
I say it's fine. It'll be fine.
All right. But the what was I going to say? Yeah, I'm positive it was Slade when they were touring in Germany. When they were trying to make a bit of money and they were starting out and touring in Germany. To make extra money, they starred in scat videos.
What?
I'm positive they were like starred in videos where they lay under glass tables and the table was basically shut on.
Slade, the band.
I'm positive it was Slade. Allegedly, it might not.
They got
Allegedly,
paid
it
to
was
be in porn
Slade.
videos where people shit on them.
They never actually had sex or done porn videos.
That doesn't sound real, Neil.
I'm positive it was Slade. I am positive.
I'm just gonna say I don't think that's real. Slade,
Yeah.
but before they were famous,
I am positive. I'm positive it was a story.
Was that even a thing back then?
Yeah, like Germany and like Amsterdam. It was always like, oh, let's watch a German porno when we were like late teens or whatever.
Let's watch people shit on each other. That's not. That I don't think that was a thing not in the 80s.
I know someone who's probably got that video, and his name's called Morgan.
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope everything went well today, Leonie. But BJ again is probably a thing somewhere. Maybe it might be like, you know, them men who put like the big tire thing on and go. They might do one where they go.
Gurning under a coffee table being shat on.
Yeah, that's where it might have been. I'm positive.
It's the weirdest thing you've ever said, Neil.
I am sure that I'm gonna have to try and find where that was. Oh my god, I'm gonna get a legal lawsuit.
Yeah, evidence. There has to be evidence of it.
Yeah, Noddy Holder's quite a rich man because he earns a lot of royalties this time of year.
I could feel another apology coming next week.
It's gonna be from me. But what have I said? Noddy Holder, blowjob faces. Yeah,
you wouldn't think. Well, I like that you're running through your list. Noddy Holder, yeah, blowjob faces. Yep, shit on a table. Yep. You wouldn't think he would still become famous afterwards and have like a number one. You think someone by now, if that was true, someone by now, every time it's Christmas, would be like, you know, like they would do like a mixed version of Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo, and Slade. Do you know what I mean?
It might not be true. I might have the wrong band. I know it was a band, and in my head it's Slade, but it might not be. If it is Slade, next year for Christmas #1, we're going to do a Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo in a Merry Christmas Every Day mashup, and we'll be #1.
I'm going to regret this, but I'm trying to Google it.
Oh, no.
This is where we just hear you go, oh my god.
Scat videos.
Yeah, but can you remember when Vic and Bob used to do like the Slade house?
Yeah.
They used to. That's another thing what always reminds me of Slade. I think it's brilliant because you've got that bloke who's just got the haircut like that, which I don't know if it's a wig or whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I want to click on these.
Yeah. But the video.
Have you not got confused by like the kind of music, scat music?
What, Scatman John?
Yeah.
He got his name from a different sort of start in his career.
Yeah.
I don't think.
When did you hear this rumor?
10, 15 years ago. I don't know. I am positive they lay on the glass coffee tables. I am sure it's them. I'm gonna have to do a lot of Googling or a big apology next week. Right. Also, the video seems to be filmed at some Scottish castle because you've got like a bloke who comes on with like a fake caber.
Have you seen this video?
Yeah.
What are you on about? Which one are you on about now?
No, not.
I thought you were on,
not the
I thought
glass.
you were on about Slade. There's a guy in a kilt comes on in a German porn video of shitting on coffee tables.
No.
I've lost.
No. It's about the Slade Runaway video is filmed in a Scottish castle. It's got a bloke with Scottish caber. The song even sounds, you know, when you're saying about bagpipes being played, this sounds be like a Scottish Cayley type, Scottish jig type music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, it's another one.
Yeah, strange one.
I'm positive I heard it on like a Jonathan Ross talk. I don't know if it was Jonathan Ross. I heard it on a talk show, Leonie, because she's just asking. I'm more concerned where you see this rumor. At a coffee table.
It sounds like something you've heard in the pub, to be fair.
Yeah, I think I heard it on a talk show. I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, but let's move swiftly along before any lawsuits dig myself in deep holes. Next up, Duran Duran. New Moon on Monday. Now this again, love Duran Duran. Think they're a great band. Even with their, I can't even think of the song. No, with his voice or whatever. I'll put it out on the video.
That made no sense unless you saw that episode.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I'll put in that little clip advert YouTube short out with that on. But this song's a bit nah.
Yeah.
Another filler song.
Yeah, there's nothing to it.
Another big band, so that's like Bowie, Rolling Stones, these Slade, if you want to say they're a big band, but I do think Slade were trying to change like their image or whatever. But this is nothing. The music video, I think, is like sort of Duran Duran starting an uprising against like a communist rule. It seems like a bit of like a Eastern Bloc resistance type thing, and it's just a bit. Nah. The only good thing is the communist soldiers or police or whatever come out with like lightsabers to try and control the crowd. That's the only good thing. I say lightsabers. I think all yours, strip lighting you used to get in your kitchens and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of them in the hands they're carrying out.
Nice.
So, well, there you go. Lainey loves Modern Love by Bowie. Lainey, come on then. Is it 1 Bowie or 2 Bowie?
Number 2.
If 8 is still in, I would like a number from you. 1 for David Bowie or 2 for David Bowie. Let's see. But yeah.
What was you thinking of the answer? I think you should skip to Paul McCartney.
Yes, Paul McCartney. Last song on the album. And again, it's Paul McCartney, Pipes of Peace. And this is just a Christmas song for me.
Yeah. Paul McCartney, though, in that huge band, The Wings.
Only the band the Beatles could have been. Have you seen the results? What's coming, Stu? 2 more ones. That's 4-1, I think.
Yeah, they're wrong.
Oh, it is. Shh.
Well, so Paul McCartney, Pipes of Peace. Christmas number 1, wasn't it?
Was it?
Was it a Christmas number 1? It feels like it should have been a Christmas number 1.
No, because if it was 1983 Christmas number 1 was Flying Pickets with da 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 da.
Oh yeah,
from track 1 of this.
You would never remember that as being a Christmas number 1.
The only reason I know that I remember that's a Christmas number 1 in my head is because it kept Wham from the Last Christmas number 1 spot.
Yeah.
So George Michael Andrew originally thought, "Don't worry, we'll just re-release it next year. We'll get Christmas number 1. It's been played a bit more." I think that was a B-side. I think that was the song which was a B-side, and then become quite popular because of it. But it only got Christmas number 2. So they released it They had a plan. We'll release it next year. We'll definitely get Christmas number 1. Then Live Aid come along and stole that crown. And I think it's been Christmas number 1 about 3 or 4 times now. I think there was even a campaign one year to try and get it to Christmas number 1, and it failed. It got to number 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aid said he's not sure now about Bowie. I put 1, and now I'm like how I say it. She's doubting herself, I think, there. But yeah, Pipes of Peace, I think it's about, the video is about Paul McCartney plays a German and an Englishman, and it's about like the truths in 1914 when they have the football match.
Yeah.
And that's sort of portrayed in the video. I've never really listened to the lyrics of the song, but I wonder if it's about that as well. It talks about like children being born, and he wants peace on earth and everything. But
Sounds like McCartney.
yeah, it sounds, but it does sound very much like a Paul McCartney song. So
Yeah.
But
No, it wasn't a Christmas number one at all.
no,
Sounds like it should have been.
yeah, but what was I going to say? He does have a wonderful Christmas time. I was just trying to think there which Christmas song of his is bigger, but Simply Time. Again, sang note perfect.
You cut out a bit there while you were singing it as well, so that was even better. That was even better.
Just as well, I would have been like copyright struck because I thought, oh, Paul McCartney singing it. Like, they're playing Paul McCartney, copyright strike him. But no, we'll be safe. But yeah, but that was Now 2. And again,
Do you know that this was his only? Sorry, Pipes of Peace was his only UK number one hit as a solo artist.
really?
Yeah. Apart from that, he had obviously 17 number ones with the Beatles.
Yeah.
A number one with Wings with Muller Kintyre. Then he had another one, Ebony and Ivory. This sounds. Why would he call it Ebony and Ivory with Stevie Wonder?
Michael Jackson.
No, Stevie Wonder. Ebony and Ivory, it was called. Work that out. But this was his only first and only UK number one hit as a solo artist. He was later on other ones. So he had 5 charity singles that reached number one. So he had Band Aid, Ferry Aid from the Zeebrugge Ferry, Ferry Across the Mersey, Band Aid 20, and then the Justice Collective. Never heard of it.
Was it just a collective for Justice for 92? Hillsborough.
Oh, was it?
Possibly.
Yeah, like 20 years on or something now.
Yeah, it might have been. But he wouldn't have been in the... Was he in the original Band Aid? I don't think he was he?
It says 1984 he was in.
All right. I didn't think he was... I was thinking, was he in the Kylie and Jason one?
No, it said it was in the 1984 one.
All right. Again, there'll be more of that to come in our Christmas specials coming up in December. I should have a cutting thing like chink 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 chink. Next week I might have a tree up. But I don't think it's only the 30th next week, isn't it? So
yeah.
So next week we'll be starting Now 3. And it'll be the first tape or LP which we'll be going through, so it'll be the better one, not the crap tape 2.
Maybe we can look ahead and maybe just squeeze in a few of tape 2s into that chat.
We should go tape 1, tape 2, tape 1, tape 2. Yeah. But yeah, so we'll go for Now 3 next week.
Excellent.
On episode 5. But thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks Lainey, Age. Let's scroll up. I don't know who's still in. Treasure Woman, Night's Life, Ashley, Mark the Bowbird Smith, Foot of Our Stairs, Lee's already gone, Tack Shack Tom, Laughter, and Big Heads, and anyone else who hasn't commented but joined us. Thanks very much. If you do like the stream, click the like button down below. Remember, if you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button. We're here every Monday at 9:30 for about an hour and a half, talking crap, really.
Yeah. About if you don't like it, don't click it. We don't care.
Whoa. Right. We do like it. We want subscribers, so we need you. I should. Oh, 2 seconds. Right. Thanks very much. Are you going to say goodbye, Stu?
See you later. Thank you. See you next week.
See you later. It's just so I can get this in, because we need... So hopefully we'll see you next week, because we need you. Oh, shit. You. Oh, man.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get like a U spot, but I can't match up the camera like that. But let me mouse it. Right.
Yeah, it's not working.
Right. Okay. Thanks very much for coming. And we'll see you later on. Thank you. Goodbye.